we are. Made it. All right. And I even double checked my microphone. So the microphone was set onto a different one, not this one. So I fixed that before the show. And hopefully we're not too crazy laggy this week. So welcome everybody to episode 99 of the Making It Up As We Go show. Ryan, even though I don't have a little name tag and I can't figure out how to get it to come back. Spent about 20 minutes trying to get it to come back. I can't get it to come back. Oh, well. Mr. Sean, how you doing, sir?
Doing wonderful. Kind of dragging a little bit. It's been a busy, long day.
Yeah?
Yeah, my son's had his birthday party, and we've got kids upstairs. So if you hear something, it is what it is.
Yeah, there you go. How old did you turn?
11.
That's all right. Nice.
That's a handful.
It just gets worse, man.
Well, I was told
it doesn't get better.
I was told payback's a bitch, and I agree.
Yeah.
I'm getting what I gave.
It gets definitely rough. So, that's good. Yeah. Have you worked on any projects this week?
Actually, not a lot.
Yeah.
I've been busy. I've been busy out in the shop, knocking a bunch of stuff out. But other than that, side projects. I have been working on my circus train. I don't know if I've told you guys about that, but
no.
Well, I know a little, but
yeah, I think you're doing it on your live. But
yeah, I
give us some
on
info.
my live. You can see a circus train, a part of one up above, and it has a couple lions, some horses, elephants. And then I just got a couple new guys that came in the mail today.
Oh, cool.
I mean, yeah, this was not a small.
You got Harambe in there.
Yeah. And then got a bear. So I finally have a bear and the gorilla. So that's part of the circus. Then I got the what do I have? 2 horses, 4 elephants, 2 lions, and 2 other animals besides myself.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to 3D print out like a bearded lady to put in there.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, a little 3-inch guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed you my little engine that I 3D printed.
Yeah.
And made a motor mouth for. Yeah, that was last week then. Yeah, my days are just clashing together right now.
Yeah, I get you on that, man. I definitely get you on that. Good.
Yeah.
Keep busy. That's awesome. How about you, Mr. Paul? You been working on anything?
I've been working on nothing other than getting older. That's the only thing.
Well, you're doing an excellent job at that.
Yeah. Now my wife's in the hospital, so that's kind of been taking up most of my time.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah. So hopefully I can get her home in the near future and things will get back to normal. And
good deal.
Yeah. Sean was saying about his 11-year-old. I've got a daughter that takes credit for every one of my gray hairs.
Yeah.
And you got 4 other kids that are responsible for it all falling out.
Yep. That's right. Yep.
Good deal. Yeah.
No, I haven't done a thing this week.
That's all right. It's understandable, man. I've been running around like crazy myself. What's up, Sean?
I did it. You know what? I did do one thing.
Yeah.
I totally spaced it out and I just looked right at it. When you get those little screws, you get the little plastic container and it's got the little dividers and shit. And
yeah.
The moment you pull a screw out, you accidentally pull a divider and you mix them all up.
Yeah.
So I did do this. Oh, it's stuck together good. These little guys.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Now, did you 3D print?
It's all 3D. Well, of course. I mean, it kind of matches, This one's actually got screws in it. But when I was building that little engine, the little switcher, I needed a place to put my screws. So this one I've already labeled.
Oh, cool.
And it's a handy little critter, I'll tell you that. This one's a single, so you can see there's no divider. And then like this one.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Is that attached to your wall back there, or is it just for a desk mount?
Right now I have it sitting on my desk. It's kind of where I do a lot of my little stuff. But it's not hard to move around.
Sweet.
And it's stackable. So I guess I did do something other than work.
Yeah. That's all work. Definitely all work.
When it involves the printer, to me, it's play.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on that. I sold something on Etsy this week.
Oh, cool.
Holy crap. Yeah, I didn't know that was happening. It was one of the Mag Air series
Yeah.
adapter things that I made.
Cool.
Yeah, but it wasn't the one that I normally make. The guy had he was ordering a Monport 100-watt machine, and so the adapter that I had made for my 60-watt doesn't fit it. And but I'd done some prototypes on those, to offer those if I wanted to. But honestly, the one that I was making that fits the 60-watt, it's not like it was flying off the shelves or anything. So I hadn't bothered to list the other one at all. And but somebody was asking me so this guy was asking me if it fit for the 100-watt, and I was like, no, but I've got one that does. So I'll send it out to you, and you'll be good to go. So
cool.
So I got that sent out to him, and I been fighting this stupid computer, trying to keep going with the Ranger CNC plans and all that stuff. So I need to buy a new computer. I'm going to do that this week, I think.
I've been hearing that for 99 shows.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. I think it's time we gotta get a better computer in here. So it's the laptop. I think I've got so much. I've got the memory maxed out so much that it can't think enough. It's gotta weave its way through and go, oh, here's an extra byte of memory that we can use.
Almost sounds like me today.
Oh yeah, so it's I need to get I think I'm gonna. Sean had sent me the plan or the parts list for a decent desktop computer a little while back, and I think I'm going to go ahead and order all the parts for it and get that done. So that'll help us with the hopefully with the whole streaming problems and all that stuff too. So we'll see how that goes. Earl's asking Sean, where do you get the plans for?
I think it was Maker World.
It was off Maker World.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Forgot the name of it. You can find them screw drawers or something like that, or utility drawers. Or
I saw another one too that kind of looked like shipping containers that you could do
those are fun.
Drawers for. Those are pretty cool looking, and all that too. So it was a different one.
This is part. See, this is where it sucks getting older because I forgot what they call it, but the little squares.
The Gridfinity.
Bingo, that's it. So look up Gridfinity, and you'll find these under the Gridfinity because it utilizes the Gridfinity squares.
Cool, very cool.
So there you go.
I see Mr. Elkins is out there in the chat.
Good
old Cody, if you need some, you need the best CNC router bits in the game, get out there and get them from Mr. Cody Elkins over there, jennybits.com.
A couple of good guys out there. There's Jerry and Steve, Tim.
Oh yeah, Steve is over there.
Tim and Clyde.
Yeah, we got.
Yep.
JR's out there. So Andy's out there. Rob's out there. John's out there. Very good. It's good to see everybody. Appreciate all the loyalty from everyone. So besides that, besides the Etsy stuff, things have been a little bit hectic, but haven't gotten a whole lot else done. Been trying to go. I did just put out another video for the Ranger CNC about at 8:15, I think it was. So that's out there. It's part 2 of the build series,
Cool.
and I'm almost done editing a video for that channel as well for a table that I built for my son for his 3D printers, and it's using the same leg structure that I did the Ranger CNC off of, except for I made it for 1/2 inch plywood instead of 3/4. So that'll I'm trying to get that out tomorrow, so that there's not just build series videos on that channel. And I think I saw that there's I think I was at 99 subscribers on that channel so far. So that's cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Very, very cool. But anyway, besides that, this week we ended up Wednesday night. My wife again it's like concert season right now. It seems like it's so stupid that it's like not warm. This time of year, we're used to, in the DC area, we're used to having like 85, 90 degree weather pretty consistently at this point. But the other night we went to see Metallica because my wife likes Metallica, and it was raining, so we had ponchos on and stuff like that until while the opening acts were done. Then it kind of dried out by the time that Metallica came on. But it was a fun show. Didn't end up getting home until 2:00 in the morning. It was,
wow.
Oh, it was a rough night. You get out of the show and then you got to sit in the parking lot for an hour trying to get out. So it was a mess. But that brings me up to next week. So next week should be episode 100. But we're not going to do a show next week. We're going to push it off a week because I'm not going to be here. Again, I said it was concert season. My wife has a concert, and I'm concert out. I'm already concert out, but we're going down to Tampa to see Metallica again.
Oh, cool!
And again, because they play 2 nights down there, so they play Friday night and Sunday night. So they, which is kind of cool because we saw them last year up in New York, and they did the 2-night thing, and it's kind of cool because they don't play the same songs. They have completely separate set lists for Friday night and Sunday night, and so and they also have different people opening for them each night. So next week, the one night, we get to see the 90s classic rock Limp Bizkit.
Oh, fun.
Which I'm so excited to see them play. I've never seen them, and I loved them back in the day, so it'll be interesting to see those guys live. The lead singer kind of looks like Santa Claus now, so it's kind of funny. But yeah. Oh, craziness. But yeah, so there's not going to be a show next week. The boys decided that they didn't want to do the 100th show without me. So
no, you need to be on that one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You need to be there.
So I mean, you can call it 99.5 if you want to do another one. Yeah. Or it would be 99.66. So because it's 2/3 of the group. Yeah. So so there won't be a show, but maybe Sean or Paul will do something, or maybe Dave will do something. I don't know. Maybe somebody will do something. So but yeah, so unfortunately I won't be around. of course, now everybody has understood that there's the concert Friday night and the concert Sunday night, but not Saturday night. Well, Saturday, since we're so close, we're going to be in Disney. So, and trying to get more Disney garbage. So, like, don't like it like I need any more. But anyway, yeah. So no show next week. But, Jerry's birthday stream in 2 weeks. He's 61. Nice. That'll be good to see there, Jerry. Maybe I'll get on and do something like on. Oh no, we're flying out Thursday. I don't know. Well, I'll be on the show with Dave on Wednesday night at least. So get a fix. Maybe I'll put out a video or something instead. So, all right. Well, let's get moving here, and we'll talk about some videos that are out there for this week, and see what's going on here. Ooh. So this is 10 Mile Creation. We've talked about him a couple times. His name's Roger.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy. He's doing a 3D print farm, so that's what his videos are on. Mostly is on the print farming of a product that he makes. So he got one of these Infinity Flows. So we've talked about the Infinity Flow a couple times, and but the reason that I brought this one up was because this is the upgraded version now that they're sending out, which includes some newer stuff. So anybody that doesn't know what this thing does, as you can see, he's got 2 rolls of filament on there, and if you look in the middle section there's lights on. So at the moment, it's feeding from one side, probably the left side. Yeah, you can. There you go. You can see the green light on there. And once it runs out of filament, then it will automatically switch to the other side and keep going. So it's an infinity flow of filament. So it's kind of neat how it all functions. It just keeps going. The upgrades that they've done to it now, it adds in a filament cutter. So
really?
Yeah, so if it detects that there's a jam, like you know how like sometimes when the filament will get to the end of the roll, like they'll have it taped on or it's hooked in there somehow, and you can't, and it like pulls the spool off of it. Well, if it detects something like that there's a something's prohibiting the feed of it, it will cut the filament and switch to the other side. So, which is pretty awesome. I think that's really neat. So,
I've lost prints. You come down the next morning expecting to change it out.
Yeah.
Find out that
wow. Here it is. He's showing it right now. So he's holding it with a pair of pliers, and you can see the light on it. It's green, and here in a few seconds you'll see it. It'll switch to the other one. So he's maybe. Yeah.
Cut it.
Yeah, it cut it on him, or it cut it, and then it's going to feed the rest of it through, and then it'll switch to the other side. So it's a pretty cool setup.
That's a nice upgrade.
Yeah, I like that. There it goes. Yeah, so now it's feeding the other side. So what an awesome addition to that thing. I think it's like $179 or something like that for the base product itself of the Infinity Flow. But if you're doing print farming or something like that, or you run the same color constantly, what a great thing to have. I mean, it's a lot cheaper than having the AMS from Bamboo or anything like that, because it just goes.
And they also have a kit too, right?
Yeah, they do have a kit that you can buy and then print out the parts yourself.
So that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Now I wonder if, like, you load that with with two spools.
Uh-huh.
You run one out, the other one starts feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can put another full one where the empty one is
Yep.
Mhm.
and just keep switching them and it'll keep going. It doesn't.
Yep.
Literally
The
infinity.
Onefinity, you can't, or the Onefinity, yeah,
Oh,
right. The bamboo, you can't do that, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. The bamboo, even if you load all four spools up with the same color, it'll only go through all four of them one time. Yeah. So before you'd have to refill them.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, so Tim's asking, what if you have a jam? Yeah. So that's exactly why they incorporated the filament cutter now. So if it's detecting that something's jammed up, it'll stop feeding.
it'll cut it, then stop feeding. Yeah.
Yeah. So and in general though, I think well the way it works is you have the extruder pulling filament through the system, and so the way that the infinity flow works is it'll feed through the filament, and once it detects the end, you have your filament coming out, going in up into the extruder, and it's sending through a new piece. When it detects that there's a change in pressure there, it like just keeps it tight. It doesn't like try to power through it or anything like that. So I mean, if you have I guess a jam in the extruder and everything's not moving at all, it's not going to keep trying to push it through. Yeah. So, but yeah, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. Uh, I wouldn't mind. I haven't seen anybody do the 3D printed kit of it yet, so it would be kind of nice to see somebody do that and see how that works.
Okay, I'm going to go looking now.
Yeah. I mean, I would consider buying it myself, to do that type of testing.
Yeah, see, on the Neptune 4 Max, it worked
Yeah.
perfect for that.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
if
yeah,
they're doing big prints.
yeah, yeah. If you're doing the bigger stuff and or just stuff with one color, I mean, you don't have to worry about stopping.
Dude, something just came to mind. I wonder. Okay, so you feed it in, and the spools are they sitting on rollers or
Yeah,
are they
yeah. It's on the
motorized?
roller.
So
Yeah,
it just freely rolls.
yeah.
So I could actually pull right out of my Sunloo
Mm-hmm.
right into these without putting the spools on that. I can pull it right out of my Sunloo then.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That, okay,
It wouldn't care at all.
that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That would work perfectly.
Yeah, like keep them in a dry environment.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a cool modification, I think.
Huh, now you got me thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't see the smoke rolling out of my ears.
Good deal. And he's got that Adventurer 5M. That's the one you have too, right?
Yeah, that's Robert actually has it. That was his birthday gift.
That's right.
Except mine looks a little cooler, or Robert's looks a little cooler, I should say.
Yeah, he's got the Voltec treatment.
Yeah, he's got the Voltec.
Very cool. So sweet.
Kind of good.
Yeah, so it's cool if anybody wants to check it out. I think he's even got a discount code there. I think you get like $10 off of it or something like that with the discount code.
Yeah.
So if you want to go check out the Infinity Flow, go check it out. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I can verify that printer, that Adventure 5M. That's a nice little printer.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good cost-effective printer too, from what
Oh yeah, $279, I think.
Yeah, sweet. Well, all right. Well, let's move on then to Mr. Hamilton. There's Hamilton. Look at that handsome fella. So Hamilton's videos from this week, it has to do with these. What are they? They're tie pegs or something. I forget.
Okay.
What it is. Yeah. So they're pretty neat. I mean, they look like they are just it's a brass piece that you hammer into the hole. So you make like a 5 millimeter hole, and then these pegs get in there, and they're intended for ties. but you could use them for all kinds of different stuff. Leashes or keys or whatever.
They look good, don't they?
Yeah,
They
they
do.
look really nice, and evidently they're not cheap. They're about between 75 cents and $1 a piece. He says.
That ain't too bad.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but it definitely, when you have 20 of them on a
Yeah.
piece of wood, that really can drive up the price on something for you. But he's got some different designs. One of them was like a shotgun shell casing. He's got the snake. He's got a fish, or a blank one. So if you're a member of CNC with me, you can get all these files for free. And there's the 12 gauge one there. I thought that one looked pretty cool. I like his expression right there. We need to screenshot that. Hold on, don't move that. I'm gonna take a picture of it right now. Yeah. I'm just gonna. There you go. I'm gonna send that right to Hamilton. That'll be a good one. That's a good picture right there to send to Hamilton. So so if you're a member of CNC with me over there, it's a really good community. It's all about CNC stuff. So learning and being a community. So check them out and participate. He's also he tried to get to see about ordering some of those things. I forget what he calls them, whatever those pegs are. But he was trying to order some directly from the company, but they were considering him a individual and not a company. I guess he wasn't a big enough company or something like that. So he's trying to talk to some of the other bigger companies to stock those pieces, and then he can, so you can get them cheaper than 75 cents to $1 a piece. So now that one's Excalibur. So I think Mitt's probably designed that for him. And it's probably the only two ties that Hamilton owns. Hamilton doesn't look like a guy that owns a whole lot of ties. Which I don't think I look like a guy that owns a whole lot of ties either. Except for actually I do own quite a few ties.
I'm surprised I don't anymore.
I haven't worn them in decades.
Years. It's been years for me.
Yeah.
But dog collars and miscellaneous and keys, I can see
that. Yeah, you could do some really cool hangers with that. So sweet. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a nice close up of it though, and he's cutting them all with an 1/8 inch bit. But I like it's got the little narrows on the ends of them and stuff like that, so it holds in to the wood real nice. You don't have to glue them in.
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty cool pieces. Pretty cool. So
Judy always comes up with something unique.
Yeah. Yep. So very cool. All right, Mr. Hamilton, keep at it, buddy. Well, keeping with the CNC theme here right now, Carbide 3D. I forget what that guy's name is right offhand, but he's pretty good. I enjoy listening to him. He's got a good voice. But they're Carbide 3D, Shapioko. They're going to be in Vegas here coming up.
Oh,
so,
cool.
but he was talking about mass production is the theme of this video for him, and so he's making all these bottle openers for tchotchkes for being at that event in Vegas, which I'm guessing that we might see Jerry go to. I don't know, but I think Jerry's going to end up going there.
Yep.
Kevin, yeah, thanks, Steve. Thank you. Yep, his name's Kevin. So, but he goes through a whole bunch of really good tips and stuff like that about getting your machine ready for doing a larger production runs and stuff like that. And the one thing that he did in here that I thought was really cool was when he was designing the file for all the bottle openers. they have a file that shows all the T-track of the setup, and by doing that, then you could pre-drill some holes for hold downs, like throughout the middle of the plywood, and so I thought that was a really cool thought and idea. There he's got his pre-drilled holes in there, and everything is in the middle of the boards. So, yeah,
I like
pretty cool video, and really, it's a lot of trial and error on this stuff, but it was a pretty cool setup. He tried to do some knurling on some of them, didn't really work.
A little rough.
Yeah, but he was able to go back and put carbide3d.com with a laser on the back, which made more sense than trying to carve it and stuff like that. Refining his processes throughout the whole thing. So, pretty sweet.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's a nice looking little tchotchke bottle opener. So I want to know that's not that little CNC he's got in the background there. Was that like an early Shapioko thing? I don't know.
I am not sure.
Yeah.
Move your hand. There you go.
There you go. Looks stout, whatever it is. I don't even know if it's real. Like, if you look, maybe it's a fake background. No, it's not a fake background, but maybe that is not a real thing.
Well, it looks like the bed moves on it.
Well, that's the thing. The bed isn't centered.
Oh.
If you're looking at it, the bed's not centered, and you don't see any rails or anything. So I wonder if it's a real thing. For a second there, I was thinking it was a fabricated background. But no, y'all see it from there. Okay, from that angle now you can see. Okay, I guess the whole thing does move.
It's legit.
Yeah. Okay. Looked almost AI there for a little bit.
Yeah, from that point.
Well, so he doesn't have the Ferrari picture up in the background there. Yeah, see there, it's got the Ferrari picture back there. Interesting. Something weird. It doesn't. It looks smaller there too. Look how much bigger it looks in that shot. Man, what do you got going on there, Kevin? Inquiring minds want to know.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, this one, you know what? It looks like he's actually sitting closer and the camera's closer to it because you don't see the TV and everything else.
Yeah.
Probably ran out of space and had to squeeze his desk back.
Oh, there we go. Dwayne said they put a video about it out about several years ago. It's a small version they only offered for a little while. Okay. Yeah.
Is Kevin even real?
None of it's real anymore.
Yeah. Kevin's AI. Look at that. He's AI. All right. Crazy. Good times though. But yeah, it's a really good video. It talks a lot about production runs of stuff on your CNC. So definitely give it a good watch. And all right. Well, let's move on then. We'll go to what Mikey makes. All right. So we talked about her on here the other week when she got her Shapioko. I forget what she said that she originally was calling it. It wasn't a Shapioko. She wasn't calling it Shapioko. She was Shapioko or something like that. She likes to stir paint. All right. The thing I really enjoyed about this video is that she was using cedar fence pickets for some of it, and she did something that I thought was really a smart way to do it. And she actually, to get them to have a thicker piece of wood, she layered the fence pickets. I never thought about layering fence pickets to make a thicker piece of wood. For having, it would be stupid to do for the regular pressure treated fence pickets, but for using the cedar ones, that makes a lot of sense. I think that those are some chunks that see, there you go. Those are ones that she's layered together. I thought that was a pretty good idea. Yeah, she uses her Shapioko to cut out some cool designs on like surfboards and stuff like that, and then did epoxy on them. And the epoxy that she did, so she's surfboards, oceans, blah blah blah. So she made like a waterfall ocean, or not a waterfall, a ocean break there, like where the water meets the beach. And she showed how she made it look pretty real, and I thought that was a really cool addition to it. But basically, she'll take the blue paint or the blue epoxy, get it over the end. Then she puts some clear along that edge, and then some white. And then she'll use a heat gun to blow the white over it, and it makes it look like it's the edge of the water. I was like, wow, that's really
cool, isn't it?
That's very convincing looking. Then she's got this big one that she did, and fills it all up with epoxy. The other thing that she could have done, if she didn't want to sit there and sand and dance while she's sanding, because obviously it's very cold in her shop that evening, she could have left that surfboard on the Shapioko and just did a surface clearing path and all that, and it cleaned off the excess epoxy that way. But yeah, so I thought that was a pretty interesting way to do that epoxy stuff. So pretty cool. They turned out pretty good. I like the turtle. I might try to go find some around here. You can't really get a hold of the cedar fence pickets. You can only get the pressure treated ones. But if I can find some of the cedar ones, I want to try that. I think that'd be pretty good. But yeah, it turned out pretty good at the end. Looks nice. Good times. All right. Well, moving on. Hold on a second. Before we go on, let me just say this. I'm trying to make it about the project that she's making on this thing, right? When you're shaking around, it's hard to just say, yeah, you did a really good project. Like, it kind of, I don't know. Does it undermine the whole project thing, do you think? No, don't go back. Don't go back. We don't need the distractions. But she's got some really good techniques and tips and all that stuff, and I don't know. I would. JR is asking if do you arch your back like that when you pour epoxy? Well, I haven't poured epoxy, so
we'll
might
find out when he does.
That may just be how you pour epoxy and make it look good. We're gonna have to test this at some point, okay? We'll test it. Maybe you have to wear a belly shirt. I don't know.
No.
So John Thompson says that their Home Depot does sell the cedar boards. See, the ones here don't. Neither does the Lowe's. So, interesting. Oh yeah. Oh, and on the other one, Cody said that it's an old Nomad. Is what the Carbide 3D one was. So very cool. Oh.
Yeah, I was talking there, and I noticed that my mic was muted. Probably a good thing.
Yeah, Dwayne says, look nothing like the epoxy pour videos I've done. See, maybe that's a problem. How many views did she have on there, Sean? Let, us
11,000 views in one day.
maybe this is how you're supposed to pour epoxy. Okay. Maybe we'll have to test this out. I don't know. If I can get 11,000 views in a day, I'll pour epoxy like that every freaking day. Here we go.
Please don't dress like that.
You're tempting me, Paul, and I will.
Oh, Lordy. Okay.
Anyway, all right. Let's move on away from that because it's going to get us in trouble. So, all right. There you go. All right. So, yeah. Well, Dwayne, it won't help you. It definitely won't help mine, but I'm willing to give it that try.
Go for
it. We'll see. There would have to be some sort of reward for me to be able to do that. But anyway, so YGK 3D. So I've noticed on Facebook recently that Soval is unveiling a new printer, the SV08 Max, and there it is. Look how big that monster is. That thing is huge. So Soval came out with the SV08, which is a Voron mass production style Voron, is like what everybody calls it. And if you're not familiar with what a Voron is, it's a high quality kit that you source yourself, or they have kits out there that you can buy.
Core XY.
Yeah, Core XY machines, and you build them yourself. There's one right there. They're nice. They're high quality. They're fast. Great printers. So Soval decided, let's mass produce them and see what we can do with that. Make it a lot easier. The original one they did took like an hour and a half or so to put together, compared to 30 to 40 hours for doing a Voron. So they've now come out with the Max, which is a giant
400.
I think it's 400 by 400. Maybe it might be 500. I want to say it's huge. So, but still Core XY with the flying gantry, which is pretty cool. And it's nice that he was giving them some criticism too. Like he was, they sent him this printer to try out and all that stuff, and he didn't hold back with any of his criticisms of it, because it's not awesome, I guess. It's good, but there's some definite things that they could fix on it.
The Soval SV08 is actually a 350 by 350.
This Max one is?
I've got. Well, you know what? You might be right. This does not say Max on it. It just says SV08.
Yeah, I think the SV08 is the regular size one. So I think that this one's
SV.
It's at least a 400.
Yeah, it looks that big. I mean, it looks huge. Huge.
I can't remember from when I was looking at it, but it's either 400 or 500. But it's a big printer. But the cool thing too for them is that it is all open source, so you could print new brackets or whatever in different colors if you wanted to. I wish they would have a color filament that would match their printer, though. Yeah, it's kind of aggravating.
Oh, you know what? I found it. Yeah, it's 500 by 500 by 500.
All right, so it is a big 500.
Yeah, up to 700 millimeters a second.
Yeah, so it's fast. But I mean, realistically, you're not going to print that fast.
No.
But you could, I guess.
Not your travel speeds, though.
Yeah. But it's a monster, and I think I think they put out the pricing on this thing. It's going to be like $1,300. So without an enclosure, you can get an enclosure for it. But I thought the really neat thing though was because he does gives them some criticism or feedback on the machine and all that. And Soval like posted, "Hey, we hear what you're saying on it, and we're going to work on fixing it." And I was like, "Holy crap! You never hear a company say that." And one of the from a review unit. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's hot.
yeah, it's got good potential. And they fixed, I guess, a lot of the issues from people had issues with the SV08, and they fixed a lot of that stuff with this one and all that, and pretty awesome. It'd be an interesting printer to have.
I'd try it. Or I wouldn't say no if they sent me one.
Yeah.
That'll probably be your next purchase.
Yeah, right. I've been thinking about another printer since I gave my son the 1A1, but I don't know what to do. I've been going back and forth on what if I want to go just a bigger one or the Elegoo Carbon is the one of the ones the Centauri Carbon. It's one of the ones I was thinking about. I even thought about maybe this big giant monster would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I hate to say it. If I had room, I'd be looking hard at it.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I don't have the room.
I at a shelf someplace.
Yeah. They do have that Lubon program out there that will cut stuff up into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be, and I have some project ideas for some cool big stuff. But having a printer that you could do larger pieces like that, I think it would be beneficial because then you just have less of those pieces. So, Jerry's got a SV08.
Yeah.
Getting a free broke one tomorrow. Hey, there you go. New big one is too expensive, not quality. Okay. Oh.
Cool looking machine.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
I had one of the earlier bed slingers, the 03.
Yeah.
It was a nice size, but it didn't last as long as I was hoping it would.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it is what it is.
It's hard trying to figure out like what printer to get next. Like if I wanted a larger printer, like what to do, because it you got like you could go bamboo with the H2D non-laser.
Yeah, don't do the laser.
I don't think anybody's doing the
Ryan,
laser.
Dwayne just came up with a brilliant idea.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Ryan could put that in the back of the electric car and make it. Well,
it'll fit.
I would have to go on its own trailer. that printer's about half the size of the car right there. You wouldn't be able to put anything else inside there. I wouldn't be able to get in there with it. So yeah. Good thought though, Dwayne. Good thought. We'd have to just maybe strap it to the roof.
Well, you might have to watch out for those light breezes,
Yeah.
That printer could print that car.
Yeah, it probably could. Well, that's kind of one of the ideas I have was to do a golf cart body. Because I've got my golf cart obsession too.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, if they sent me one, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely would say yes. It would be kind of cool to check it out. So, but yeah, $1,200 or so for the big giant SV08 Max might be interesting.
They have the price of it.
Might be interesting. They're going to do a Kickstarter thing on it, I think. Well, I mean, you got that, and then you got the next one up from that would be the Elegoo Orange Storm Giga. There's they got a nice enclosure. Like just give us the enclosure. Everybody's gonna want that. Just put the enclosure on there. Pretty interesting. Cool. All right. Well, we'll move on then. We're going to move on to Jerry. Look at that.
Here.
Jerry's on there. This is cool. We've been talking a lot about the different machines over the last several months with the rigidity test that Cutting It Close did on the machines on a Onefinity and a on the alt mill, and then I did a little shot of doing it with the Ranger too. So Jerry decided to try it on his Jinmitsu that he did the expansion kit on, and he'll show it here in a second. But he's showing you there. There's the profile of the X there. Well, no, I'm sorry.
That's the Z.
That's the Z right there.
Yeah.
I think. Oh no, it's the X because it's a very small machine originally.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, boy, he really increased the size of that.
Oh yeah. They sent it out and it's now a big 4x4 compared to what it was.
Dude, that looks like you could fit as a Z on this machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it does have a good bit of movement when he gets in there and starts cranking on it. But the thing, I was really thinking about was what that does is just decides how hard you can push the machine, to keep it in dimensional accuracy. I don't know so much that at this point that it really says like how much quality that the machine has or anything. But I also think there probably could be a way to stiffen that up even more.
Angle iron on the back.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry's saying it's a 1300 by 1300. So yeah.
Still nice size.
Yeah, it's a big boy. It's definitely a good sized machine now. So yeah. I thought it was pretty cool though, the way he gets in there and was willing to crank on it a little bit and show what kind of movement it has. There he goes. Yeah. So it looks like it's like if you look up at the wheels, the V wheels, that's where all the movement is.
You can see it's a little bit.
Yeah, it's the flex inside the V wheels, I think, is what's causing all that movement.
Yeah, I'd say your V wheels are probably 80% of it because you can still see a little flex in the rail.
Yeah.
But still, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd cut nice and slow, I guess. I wouldn't fly.
Well, I mean, that's what that machine is built for. It's not built to do 1,000 millimeters a minute.
Right.
So,
still, that's cool. That's a nice machine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that dust boot. That's a cool dust boot.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, but thanks for sharing that, Jerry. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, that's quite a span, isn't it?
Yeah. That's a long ways for that little fella. Good times. All right. Well, we'll move on. We'll keep on again with more CNC stuff. Dave Gatton. Look at Mr. Dave. I feel bad because I always thought that Dave's that green frame, I always thought that was wood.
So did I.
I didn't know that it was metal.
Sidewinders?
Yeah, well, I thought his green frame was a wooden frame. I didn't know that green frame was metal. But I guess I just never looked at it close enough. But yeah, so Mr. Gatton surprised everybody and built himself a new CNC. So his original Gatton CNC was built on top of it as using it as a table and all that good stuff. And he decided to get after it and go ahead and make himself a whole new machine using his old table.
What did you say? He had like 90 screws for the linear rail.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of tapping going on.
Nice mock-up.
Yeah, that machine tool gray looks good though. Look at that. They 3D printed out a piece of the extrusion to make sure stuff was going to fit right.
See, that's a slick way of doing it.
Yeah.
It is.
Sometimes you can draw it all up, and sometimes drawing it up and then literally looking at it can make a big difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Numbers might look and sound right, but when you actually see it. So yeah, I love this idea of mocking it up beforehand.
Yep. So yeah, it's a cool machine. Man, I did not have that on my bingo card. Even put the sidewinder to work there. He was cutting out some of he would do the outlines of everything on the sidewinder, and then he would take it over to his mill and do all the holes with the mill, and get it all together. And
that's a beefy piece
look at
of
that hunk of
aluminum.
metal. Whoa, that's a piece of aluminum right there.
Oh, I didn't know the sticker on that one.
He says how much it was. It wasn't as hateful as you would think. Maybe it was like $80 or something like that.
Oh, that's
No. That's how much each of the end plates were.
Oh, the end plates. Did he say how much that metal, that chunk of aluminum was?
I think it was close to $400.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the price on it. I'd be afraid to cut it, screw up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure his pucker factor was pretty high when he was making this cut. I'd be afraid, breaking a tap off in the middle, everything else. But yeah, she turned out pretty good. Real nice, moving around.
And it works.
Yeah. Getting it done. Yeah, everybody else saying it was like $400 for that piece of metal. Yeah, so okay. Well, it was hateful.
That just looks neat, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just operates smooth.
Yeah, it's got some nice linear rails running all over the place and looking good.
Yeah, he's running a spindle too.
Yeah.
Now is it water? It looks, it's a water cooled spindle.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how he was talking about his VFD on the back wall. He took it off the Gatton CNC.
Yeah.
And left it there. Now he's reusing it again. That's pretty slick. Didn't even have to move it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a beefy machine. Nice beefy machine. So I do wish he would have rounded off the corners of the side plates. Get in there with an angle grinder, Dave, and round those suckers off. Yeah.
Oh.
Jerry's saying no flex there. I don't think so. No. That's a nice setup. Yeah, when he started talking about working on this new project, and he wouldn't say what it was and stuff like that, and at first I thought he was going to do he was adding CNC to his mill because that's what made sense in my brain. And but then one day he said, "Nope, that's not what I'm doing." And I was like, "Well, I have no idea what he's doing then."
I thought he was going to build up a new fancy demo board.
Yeah,
that could, he's been talking about doing that, and I didn't see this one coming at all. Yeah. I think you're right about the. Now that I look at it, I think you're right about the corners on those end plates, because the first time he catches his arm on that, he's going to say, "Oh, gee, I wish I'd have rounded those off."
I don't think those are the words he's going to use.
Yeah. Pretty awesome though. Definitely pretty awesome. No, and I like what he did with his controller too. So he's using his Masso 2, and then he added he's got 4 power supplies, one for each driver, and yeah, there they are, all stacked up. Did some 3D printing for the stack.
Brackets.
Yeah, it looks great.
I love how he stepped it back too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it turned out really nice. And then he used the Masso 2, and but he was able to run cabling from the Masso down to the controller box, so that he didn't have all the controller wiring going up to the Masso, which I think Masso should take notice of that. and be yeah, you don't have a whole lot that you need up there. Anybody's seen the Masso Touch, Masso 3 touches, it's got like just this whole big bundle of wires that go up into it. And it would be nice to see that cleaned up a little bit. So it turned out pretty awesome. Congratulations, Mr. Gatton. Can't wait to see what you start making with it. So she's moving around really nice.
Test that.
Yeah. No. Sean, Tim's asking if you found the name of that parts cabinet.
But, no, I'm sorry, I didn't go. Oops, let me pull that. Did I just mess up? I did. Okay.
Oh, you broke it.
I broke it. Oh no.
Brokey.
I'll see if I can find it while we're doing this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can move on then. We can go over to Mr. Steve. Ventari's workshop, and this one he was doing coasters and stuff like that. But last week Paul was talking about doing his live hinges, and Steve talks about live hinges in this video. So I thought it would be a good one to look at and see.
Yeah, his live hinges are really tight. They're
yeah, I think that's the key to them, I guess, is to keep them nice and tight, and and it'll get around there. But made some cool coaster holders and everything else for it, and blasting on some slate. And I don't know if you noticed that one
right there. There's
there you go.
Live hinges.
I think it's got a cool look to it too.
It does.
Yeah.
Did you ever get your live hinges to work, Paul?
No, he's been busy this week.
No, we're not talking about that anymore. that's an old topic. That's look at how nice his look though on there.
Yeah. Yeah, they were nice. Nice and bendy. But very, very cool. Worked out pretty well. He even showed the one coaster. I don't really think he shows it directly, but he used that UV make UV printer.
Oh, isn't that where he's dressed up in old garb?
Yeah. The face swap with the you can see it on the one coaster that he shows.
Yeah. Now I wonder if he's on that live hinge. I wonder if he's using MDF or if he's using plywood.
I think that's plywood.
Plywood, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the new stuff he's been working with?
The True Flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he uses a lot of True Flat. Let's see.
I cannot find that file.
Yeah. They're very cool, though. Awesome. All right. Well, keep at it, Mr. Steve. And if you're not doing anything on Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, Ventari, it's a workshop, and the Clack Shack do their Sunday Night Live.
Yeah, it's True Flat. It's an MDF core with thin veneers on it.
Oh, there you go.
Steve says.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Steve. Very cool. Very cool. Get over there, watch those guys on Sunday nights. Talk for a good couple hours on laser stuff, projects and questions and all that stuff. they get it done. So it's good things to listen to. Good stuff. I won't be listening next week, but I'll be listening tomorrow night. So cool deal. All right. Well, we got Andy Haupt Creations next.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So
I just threw the link up in the chat.
Oh, okay. So the link to the boxes or whatever, the storage box, there it goes. Yeah, there you go. So we've talked about Andy before a couple times because he did some really cool videos on the clocks, the really intricate clocks and how much soldering that he would have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So this time he did a hovercraft, a remote control hovercraft, and it's cool. His video style is awesome. I really enjoy watching the video styling of this. His channel is going to get pretty big, especially if he keeps up the production value that he's doing. Yeah, look at that thing. It's cool. Works really good too. So it was kind of interesting because like he spends the first 5 minutes of the video, a couple minutes of the video, driving it around, and then he shows you how he made it. And so yeah, there it is, whipping down the streets, and he puts it on pools and in through the grass and everything else.
I bet that'd be fun on snow too.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, there it is humming around.
Then you could make a full size one, Sean.
Yeah.
No.
You ever seen hovercraft racing?
No.
Man, that's crazy. That's a sport that takes some cojones, I think.
Well, you got the big old blade behind you or the prop just spinning.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're riding on hovercraft. It's like it's about the size of a side by side, and you're just, I mean, they're whipping around, flying on. Like the courses will go from water and onto land and stuff like that. And it looks pretty awesome, but yeah, they're so hard to control. So yeah, so I guess he got a Core 1 3D printer, and so he made it everything to fit onto that. But yeah, I really like his video style on how he makes everything. So very cool. Yeah, look at that camera rig.
The equipment.
Yeah, his camera rigs were and his shop is just pristine.
I'm not worthy.
Me neither. Right? I shouldn't even be allowed to watch this.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Anyway, yeah, it's a cool video to watch. All right, well, we'll move on then to Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse did I've seen a couple of these come out recently. He likes some cool, interesting prints in his shop studio that he has. And so he wanted to do the alien coming through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And so he shows you how he's going through the process of doing this one. So, everything from weathering the surround to it to actually printing out the model and everything. I guess your model originally was supposed to be wall mounted, so it looked like he's coming out of the wall. But since he was doing it in the ceiling, he had to kind of tilt and adjust and slice things a little bit different. And everything, of course, was printed out on his Elegoo Centauri carbon.
I was going to say, look at that printer.
Yeah.
Dude,
but he didn't pay for his.
I paid for mine, but you know what? It's worth it. I think.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm really tempted. There was about an hour away from me, hour and a half away from me today was a P1S that was listed with the AMS for $325.
Oh,
it's really tempting, but I'm sure it's gone by now.
Yeah, somebody was pissed at it.
Yeah. Yep. So, but anyway, so Jesse or Clayton is his name. Did go through painting and stuff, but usually when you're doing 3D printing and painting and stuff like that, you primer it and all that stuff.
Mhm.
He didn't primer anything, like all the yellow and all that. That's the print. He did yellow print and black prints, and then just weathered it directly onto there. So I thought that was pretty cool. That and the way that, look at that,
Oh,
the dry brushing he did on it is amazing. And I want to know more about that picture that he was just showing, having in the background, the Magneto right there. Yeah, you see that? That I want to know more about what those are. But he hasn't talked about those in anything. So
Didn't he do some on the Orange Storm Giga or something like that?
he's done a bunch of stuff on the Orange Storm,
Yeah.
but I don't remember seeing those things, but maybe I missed it. But
That's gonna look cool.
he's a really nice guy. I met him at the one 3D printing show a couple years ago. But yeah, look how
dude,
cool that looks coming out of the ceiling.
that'd be fun to put in my son's room.
Yeah, when he's sleeping.
Yeah.
you put it in there while he's at school.
Yeah.
Don't
worry about the monsters under your bed. Watch out for the one coming out of the ceiling.
That is wild.
Yeah.
He did a great job on that one.
Oh yeah. So turned out really cool. Even like the sheen from the 3D print and all that it does a really good job of matching up to what they look like for real and all that good stuff. So pretty sweet. Good project. All right. Well, we got one more weekly video here to talk about, and that's homemade madness. So
I gotta love it.
This is a guy after my own heart. So he this is actually the third video in the series. I think where he's made a go-kart out of a to make it look like one of the cozy coupes. So, but of course, he's an adult and can't fit inside the cozy coupe. So he had to make it bigger. So he redesigned it on and then cut it up with the I think with Lubon and made it fit the go-kart frame that he made. So put a motorcycle engine into it.
That thing's gonna move.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, I'd cruise on that.
Yeah, so he looks like he's done a crazy amount of work to it. But
his welding skills.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I love the muffler going straight up the back. I think that looks awesome. But yeah, so he prints it all out, epoxies it all together, does fiberglass over top, and which kind of surprised me. Like he did 2 layers of fiberglass over top, and being PLA, I would have thought that would have had much more of a reaction to the heat generated by the resin.
As
evidently it didn't. So I don't know what the difference there was, but yeah, it worked out pretty well, I guess. But made his cool little cozy coupe. Goes ripping around on it.
Oh, he even put a fin on it.
Yeah, he put a wing up on the back. And the doors open. I thought that was kind of fun. But, yeah. I think he could have modeled in that hole for the exhaust without having to cut it out of the back, but whatever.
Oh, okay, that looks pretty fun.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I've always wanted to get one of those the smart 4.2s, the little smart cars.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to paint it like a cozy coupe because they look like one already. I always thought that would be fun. And then they have lift kits for the smart 4.2s, so it would be like a monster cozy coupe.
I think somebody's done this actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt it at all. So,
That really looks good.
yeah, it turned out really cool. So I guess he was trying to get it done for a show that he was going to, and showing some of the other creations that he's had and all that stuff. So he was trying to get this thing done in time to take it with him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of engineering.
Yeah. That's very time consuming for sure.
It's got paddle shifters on it.
I think those are the brake levers.
Oh, were they?
Well,
Okay.
I think so.
Well, it did take a motorcycle engine. You got to shift it.
Yeah, maybe it is that's a shifter then. Pretty sweet. Turned out pretty awesome. So, all right. Well, so all right. So let's we'll bounce out of here now. We'll go back to normal for a little bit. So there is a now for something different video, but it has to deal with the story. So let me tell you guys about a story about the printer that almost was. So everybody knows that I really enjoy Nathan Builds Robots. So I watch all of his videos and all that good stuff. I definitely enjoy it. I got to meet him last year at Printopia and talk to him for a good while. Real nice guy. So I always thought that he lived in like Milwaukee or something like that, like somewhere out west. And on the one day that we were at the beach for the concert a couple weeks ago, I think it was Saturday. He put up or Saturday or Sunday maybe. He put up a post on Facebook, or I'm sorry, on YouTube saying, "Hey, if somebody's in Arlington, Virginia on Monday between these times, I'm having a garage sale for these couple printers." And so the one printer, Sean, if do you have that video there? There you go. All right, so this is the printer. This is Loyal Moses, but this is the Eron 400X, and the thumbnail that Loyal Moses put was him actually sitting inside of it. Yeah, there. So it's a 400 by 400 machine. Roughly, I think they were doing a Kickstarter on it recently. Rough cost was what, $2,200 or something like that, of what this printer was. I mean, real beefy printer and big printer. That was the other thing. This video just reminded me what I want to do with a big giant printer, and because he was doing it in this video, which was making the big giant man helmets, like the big bobblehead style helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. But anyway, so this is the printer. This is one of the two printers that Nathan had available for his garage sale, and I of course responded to him and said, "Hey, I can't get there on Monday because I'm coming back from the beach, but I can get back there as soon as I can." And we didn't get connected back together fast enough, and Nathan moved back west, and that printer ended up in a dumpster.
Oh,
didn't he send you a picture of it too in there?
Yeah, kicking it off into the dumpster.
That's so.
That broke my heart. I would love to. If I would have known that was going to happen like that day, on my way back from the beach, I would have dropped the wife off and just headed directly down there to get it. I would have gone dumpster diving. I would have done anything. I would have been like those guys down in Florida. Did you guys see this on yesterday? There's a Joe's Crab Shack down in somewhere in Florida that closed.
The shark.
Yeah, and they got the shark, the 15-foot long shark.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that would totally be me. I would be getting that if I was anywhere close. Yes, I would go dumpster diving for a big giant 3D printer. But I felt so gut wrenching that that printer ended up in a dumpster.
And it's such a cool looking machine.
Yeah, yeah, so awesome. I was so sad. I was like, oh. But yeah, so that was the story of a printer that almost was.
It got away.
Yeah. Now some bum in DC is probably living in it.
Oh.
Yeah. It broke my heart, but well. But I was really surprised. I didn't know that Nathan was here in the DC area. You know, I lived like a little over an hour north of DC, so it wouldn't have been hard for me to get there.
No, it's not a bad trip.
Yeah, no. Arlington is if anybody remembers a couple months ago, there was that plane crash where the military helicopter crashed into the jet.
Over the river.
Yeah, that airport right there, which is Reagan National. It's like right there if you go over the bridge of the water, you're in Arlington, Virginia. So, that's where it was. So yeah, heartbreaking. But oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Maybe I'll just have to get an SV08 Max. I don't know.
The helmet turned out beautiful.
Yeah, didn't it? It turned out so cool. I love that color. The color filament is really nice. Yeah,
but almost a metallic. No, it's not black.
Yeah, no, it's green.
Green. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a green. It's like it's the Loyal Moses's color for whoever.
Yeah, you can see it really good there.
So, yeah, pretty awesome. But anyway, yeah, that was the printer that almost was. But good times. But, so, yeah, it's still. I wake up at night wondering why I didn't go down there and go get it.
Do I go down and check?
Oh man, if I would have realized it, I would have. I definitely would have. But oh well, it is what it is. So, all right. Well, I guess that's about it for tonight. We've been yakking for a good while. Yeah. So next week again, no show next week. I don't know if maybe Sean will go live or something.
I'll do something different. Yeah.
Maybe. So keep an ear out. If somebody's doing a show, I'll make sure I put up a post about it or something. And besides that, go check out the Sunday Night Live show from Steve and Dave over there at the Clack Shack on Sunday nights. Yeah, be good times. I'll be waving to everybody from watching Metallica and Limp Bizkit. So, yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. I've always wanted to see Limp Bizkit.
That's cool.
They evidently, like last week, they were in Philly last weekend because they and it was pouring. Like Limp Bizkit came on stage and started doing their set, and it just started pouring rain, and they did their whole set in pouring down rain out in the middle of the stadium, and evidently it was pretty awesome. So they were getting after it. So
is that going to be at Raymond James Stadium where you're going, or where's it going to be?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Metallica puts on one hell of a show. I must say, like every other rock band should take note of here's how you be a rock band and be around forever. I mean, they do a great show. I mean, they came out and they played like 4 songs back to back. They didn't stop and talk for 10 minutes or whatever. They were here to play a bunch of music. Let's go.
Cool.
And they did it, and it was really good. So they have a really cool stage that they're doing. They have like a round stage. Well, it's a donut, and the drummer is, they start and the drums are in one spot, and when they go each quarter of the concert, the drum, that one goes underneath of the stage, and another one pops up in another spot.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah, so they kind of move around the whole stage as they're playing. I mean, everybody else can walk around the whole stage anyway, but it's kind of cool that they move the drum set around the stage. I think he should. They're all the same drum set though. Like they're all this one yellow drum set. I would make them all different colors if it was me, but
Make them look all different.
yeah. But that's just me. Whatever. But anyhow,
Hey, maybe you might like yellow.
Yeah,
or blue.
There you go. Well, Mr. Sean, you got anything else for us tonight?
Shameless plug. Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, come hang out, grab a cup of coffee. Oh Lordy, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Central, the real time. And other than that, be kind, be cool.
Nice.
Have a good week.
You know it. How about you, Mr. Paul?
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
That's all right. You're allowed to have nothing.
Hey, have a good week, everybody, and join us for the 100th show in 2 weeks.
Yeah. We
looking forward to it.
Where was that thing at? Nope, that wasn't it. Where was it at? I don't know what happened. Oh well. Maybe it was this is where it was. Yeah, it was this guy. Ah! No, nobody's doing the 100 challenge, so it's okay. But I still think the picture is really funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Raw. But anyway, all right, party people. Well, everybody have a great day. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. So, peace out, sauerkraut. Until next time. See ya.